The top 10 terrifying bugs that are actually harmless. If you're like me, most of your friends have 1 or 2 legs. If you have a dog, maybe 4. But anything over that, and we're getting into the nope territory. But don't be so quick to judge. Here are the top 10 terrifying bugs that are actually harmless. Number 1 on our list is the Tailless whip scorpion, and I was lying. We're all gonna die, it's coming, run! No! Just kidding. The Tailless whip scorpion is actually totally harmless to humans. It doesn't have toxins or venom, it barely even has pincers. In tropical regions, tailless whip scorpions can be found under logs, rocks, and in your nightmares. They aren't actually real scorpions, but share a common ancestor. Tailless whip scorpions like the dark and are afraid of people, so they have more in common with YouTube viewers than with real scorpions. Number 2 should come with a trigger warning. You won't be surprised to learn this thing is called a penis fish, even though it's obviously a worm. Just imagine that boring into your eye socket, taking over your nervous system and forcing you to do its wormy bidding. But, just like its namesake, you eat the penis fish, not the other way around. These X-rated sightless spoonworms are a common seafood in Korea and northeast China. They like to dig in mud and taste good with a bit of salt. Number 3 on our list is this horrifying doodad known as a camel spider. Commonly found in the deserts of the Middle East, camel spiders are reputed to run at up to 30 miles per hour and have actively hunted soldiers for food during the Gulf War. Well, I tell you, that's a bunch of camel cud. The camel spider isn't even an actual spider, like the whip scorpion isn't a scorpion. Although they can run at an impressive 10 miles per hour, they have no poison, no venom, and no stingers. You could probably make one bite you if you really wanted to, but you could save yourself a lot of effort by just biting yourself if that's what you're looking for. Now, if we're going to talk about a spider that is actually a spider for once, let's talk about the gargantuan Goliath bird-eater tarantula. When it comes to spiders, the bird-eater of Venezuela is the biggest. It weighs more than any other spider at over 6 ounces. And there's no 2 ways about it. Those venomous fangs will kill anything small enough for the spider to carry away. To a human, its bite is like a wasp sting, and it can even defend itself by spraying needle-like hairs into your eyes. So why does this nightmare incarnate deserve a place on our list of harmless bugs? Because it's delicious. My spidey sense is tingling. Okay, so far we've met creepy crawlies in East Asia, tropical caves, Middle Eastern deserts, the South American jungle. But don't worry, you don't even need to leave home to meet our number 5 arthropod attraction. This is the house centipede. No, he's not your sister's DJ boyfriend from Chicago. He's a many-legged predator who inhabits the dark recesses of your basement, like your sister's DJ boyfriend from Chicago. But again, don't worry. Unlike their enormous tropical cousins, house centipedes don't usually bite people. And they eat all the other home pests who do. So come on, just let him crash on the couch for a few weeks, yeah? Number 6 on our list is from New Zealand, and is the largest insect on Earth. Meet the weta. Just look at these things. Oh my god, it's so spiky and big, and that man's got one on his face. Okay, you've probably heard of the weta due to its tangential relationship to the Lord of the Rings films, by which I mean all of the hobbits were played by specially trained wetas. The biggest wetas can weigh up to 30 grams, not including costume and makeup. They aren't prone to biting, but don't go waving your fingers in front of Elijah Wood, just in case. Well, you got off easy with that last one. But this bug for sure won't make you shrug. It's the Atlas beetle. It's got horns that would make even Ayn Rand blush. The Atlas beetle is found in tropical Indonesia, high up in the rainforest canopy. That massive fountain head coming out of his noggin is actually just used for battling other Atlas beetles. In the Atlas beetle world, only the strongest win the right to mate, while the losers get tossed to the ground, potentially onto your head. But fear not, these beetles are totally self-absorbed and couldn't do anything to you even if they wanted to. Number 8 on our list isn't a snake, but it is a really big worm. Get a load of these giant earthworms! The biggest earthworms can be found in the Amazon rainforest and also in Australia. They have a dark purple head and a long blue-gray body. The Australian giant Gippsland earthworm can grow up to 10 feet long, but if you tug on it, it will appear even longer. However, the Amazonian earthworm has to take the cake for girth. Could you even get your hands around that thing? Better not. Mom said not to play with it. Number 9 on our list is a worm of sorts, but just for a little while. Holy cow, it's the Brahman Caterpillar, and later the Brahman Moth. This caterpillar has more arms than Ganesh, but doesn't look half as friendly. He's definitely trying to send a message. You don't want to know what I feel like in your mouth. Okay, picking you up loud and clear, buddy. But if you were in the mood to cross caste lines and give this Brahman a hug, well, you'd be just fine, because he's as harmless as Gandhi. Finally, the number 10 bug on our list would have arrived earlier, but he just hatched. It's the swarming, the screaming, the unbelievable cicada! They've been known to disappear for up to 17 years, then suddenly hatch in the billions, swarming everything in sight. But don't get your larva in a bunch. Cicadas are only interested in mating and drinking from trees. Cicadas are totally harmless to humans. In fact, you can eat them if you want. The only danger cicadas pose to you is potentially mistaking you for a tree and trying to drink your fluids. Luckily for you, they couldn't pierce your skin even if they wanted to, not even if there were a million of them. Well, that's it for our top 10 terrifying bugs that are actually harmless. I guess now we need to look up the top 10 bugs that look harmless but will totally destroy you. Good night!